you imagine a teacher being charged with prohibited sexual conduct with a student and buying alcohol for minors? Well, that's exactly what happened in Louisiana recently. We're talking about Alexa Wingerter, a 35-year-old teacher in the St. Tammany Parish School District. The charges against her are as serious as they are shocking. She's been accused of engaging in prohibited sexual conduct with at least one 18-year-old student. But that's not all. She's also been charged with the unlawful purchase of alcoholic beverages for individuals under the age of 21. Now let's delve a bit deeper into the allegations. It's been reported that Wingerter didn't just cross the line with one student, she's said to have sent inappropriate messages and photos to multiple students. And if that wasn't enough, she's also alleged to have bought alcohol for students at local bars. These allegations are not just about one teacher's conduct. They bring into focus the immense responsibility educators have. They're entrusted with the safety and well-being of their students, a responsibility that should never be taken lightly. That's what makes these charges against Wingerter all the more disturbing. But the story doesn't stop at the allegations. There's also the question of how the school district and the wider community are responding, and of course the impact on the students involved. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But unfortunately, the story doesn't end there. The investigation into this shocking case is ongoing, and it's having serious repercussions. Alexa Wingerter, the 35-year-old Louisiana teacher at the center of these allegations, has been charged with prohibited sexual conduct between an educator and a student, as well as unlawful purchase of alcoholic beverages for individuals under 21. As the investigation continues, law enforcement encourages any additional victims to step forward and share their experiences. It's a critical part of ensuring justice is served. Following her arrest, Wingerter was booked into Tammany Parish Detention Center but subsequently released on bond. It's a temporary reprieve as she awaits the next steps in her legal journey. One thing is certain though, her career in education, at least within the St. Tammany Parish School District, is over. The district confirmed that Wingerter is no longer employed there, marking an abrupt end to her tenure. The St. Tammany Parish School District has been quick to distance itself from the scandal, emphasizing its deep commitment to student safety. It's a stance that's absolutely necessary in these trying times. The school district has categorically stated that it does not tolerate any form of misconduct, especially of this nature, and is dedicated to creating an environment where students can learn without fear. As part of this commitment, the district has reported all allegations of misconduct to law enforcement, ensuring that the matter is handled with the seriousness it deserves. So while Wingerter may be out on bond, she's facing significant consequences for her alleged actions. But this isn't just about one teacher in Louisiana. This is part of a larger issue. Indeed, it goes beyond the borders of Louisiana, extending to the halls of higher education, where misconduct by educators is a troubling reality. Take the case of college professor Joseph Tokash, for instance. This individual leveraged his position of authority, offering extra credit and cash to students in order to indulge his unusual fascination with clowns. Despite students voicing their discomfort and lodging complaints, Tokash managed to move between colleges without any substantial consequences. This case shines a light on the inadequacies that exist within the background check systems of our universities. It's a stark reminder of the challenges in tracking faculty misconduct. Academic privacy laws often serve as a shield, enabling educators like Tokash to slip through the cracks. These educators can move from one institution to another without having to disclose the reasons for their departure from previous posts. Students reported feeling uneasy and harassed by Tokash, with some even filing police reports that were unfortunately not followed up on. The situation highlights a grave concern: the protection of students. It's disconcerting to think that those entrusted with shaping the minds of our future generations could be potential threats to their well-being. Tokash's case is not an isolated one. It's a symptom of a larger issue within our education system, a system that is supposed to be a safe haven for learning and growth, not a breeding ground for misconduct and exploitation. It raises questions about the mechanisms in place to safeguard students and how effectively we address misconduct when it rears its ugly head. This is a wake-up call for educational institutions at all levels to take a hard look at their policies and procedures. It's a call to improve background checks, to strengthen the tracking of faculty misconduct, and to ensure that those who overstep their boundaries are held accountable. This raises serious questions about how we protect students and handle misconduct in our education system. Let's not forget the real victims in all of this: the students. When educators, those we entrust with our children's minds and futures, betray that trust, the impact on students is profound and lasting. This is evident in the case of college professor Joseph Tokash, whose inappropriate behavior left students feeling uneasy, harassed, and violated. As in the Louisiana case, students were not just learning academic subjects, they were learning lessons of betrayal, fear, and mistrust. In these situations, students are often left in a state of shock and confusion. They may question their own judgment, their ability to trust, and even their self-worth. This emotional toll is exacerbated when their concerns and complaints are ignored or not taken seriously, as was the case with the police reports filed against Tokash that were not followed up on. The psychological impact of such misconduct can be enormous. Students may experience stress, anxiety, and depression. They may struggle with academic performance, interpersonal relationships, and self-esteem. Some may even develop post-traumatic stress disorder. These are not just temporary discomforts. They can alter the course of a student's life, impacting their future career, relationships, and mental health. Moreover, these incidents can lead to a widespread loss of trust in educational institutions. When actions are not taken against the offenders, or when the offenders are allowed to move freely between institutions, it sends a message to students that their well-being is not a priority. This undermines the very purpose of education, which is to provide a safe and nurturing environment for learning and growth. In the end, the victims of these offenses are not just individual students, but the entire educational community. The ripple effects of these incidents can be felt throughout the school, affecting other students, teachers, administrators, parents, and even the broader community. These students didn't just lose trust in their teachers, they lost their sense of safety and security in their learning environment. These shocking cases highlight the need for change in our education system. In this day and age, it's crucial that we not only hold educators to the highest standards, but also ensure that these standards are met consistently. There's a clear need for more stringent background checks and stricter reporting processes. In the case of the Louisiana teacher, it was not just a one-time event. It was a series of actions that violated the trust between a teacher and her students. This should serve as a wake-up call for us all. Schools should be a place of safety, of growth, not a place where students are exploited. And let's talk about reporting processes. They need to be more robust and more efficient. Students should not be left feeling unheard or dismissed when they come forward with serious allegations. Their voices matter, and their safety is paramount. It's time to implement measures that ensure their concerns are taken seriously and that they're protected throughout the process. Beyond this, we need to bolster support for students who muster the courage to report misconduct. It can be an incredibly daunting task, often filled with fear and uncertainty. Offering them psychological counseling and legal advice can go a long way in helping them navigate these challenging times. But all these changes start with awareness. That's where you come in. We need to get this conversation going, to bring this issue to the forefront. It's not enough to just talk about it amongst ourselves. We need to raise our voices. We need to be heard. So let's take a stand. Let's ensure that our education system is one that fosters growth, not fear. Let's make sure that every child feels safe in their school, in their classrooms, with their teachers. Remember, change starts with you. So subscribe, like, and share this video to raise awareness about this important issue.